Avi Meyers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. You can not only dial us up on the web, but people forget we're actually on regular TV too. CAN TV 19 in Chicago, ECMC TV in Evanston, and channels 19 and 35 in 3 dozen north and northwest suburbs. We're trying our best to cover the elections coming up in November. And of course, early voting starts October 11th. There will be an issue of Jewish Chicago coming out this year also around the time of early voting. And I'd like to introduce you to the Democratic candidate for the State House in the 65th District, Wendy Gruen. How are you?
Hi. Nice to meet you.
You too. So is this the first time you're running for office?
It is. It is the first time that I'm running for office. I am a veteran of many campaigns. I've been a field organizer. I've been the boots on the ground person, if you will. Love to do the canvassing, all that kind of thing. It's a much different experience when you become the candidate.
And are you liking it so far?
I'm liking it so far. I'm liking it so far. I've been concentrating on the thing I know best, going door to door, meeting the voters, and that's just a lot of fun. Folks are interested in the campaign, interested in the issues of the state. Certainly there are a great many concerns about the issues of the state, and it's been very educational and informative to talk to the voters.
What are the boundaries of your district, approximately? I realize they're always zigzaggedy.
That's true. Well, I am half of Senator Dan Katowski's district, the 65th District. Covers primarily Des Plaines and Park Ridge, a bit of the 41st Ward of Chicago, and just a few precincts in Mount Prospect, the southern and eastern edge of Mount Prospect. Very good.
And what do you find to be the issues in the campaign? What most concern you?
Well, clearly it's the budget issue in the state. I mean, there's no question that we are in dire straits in the state. We've neglected our job in keeping us fiscally responsible for years and years, and it's come to roost. The fact that we have been behind for many years in our budgeting process, our revenues and expenditures have not been in balance. When the economy takes a tumble like it has, and we're dealing with the aftermath of the Bush administration, you know, it comes to roost in the state. And suddenly our budget is just so far out of whack, or our finances are just so far out of whack. We think that we have a $26 billion budget and a $13+ billion debt.
Not a good thing.
Not a good thing. Not a good thing. Certainly I cannot run my household budget that way.
No, 6 months behind doesn't really work very well in life.
It doesn't work.
So are there answers?
Oh, there's always answers. There's not necessarily answers any of us like. None of us like the cuts. None of us like the potential increase in revenues. But both of those things have to be addressed. They have to be addressed carefully, with great consideration, and long-term planning, not just a short-term fix.
No, I think that, I agree. I think that there's no question that you got to attack it from both sides. That's just too big a debt.
Well, you know, my background, I'm a certified financial planner.
Oh,
and
okay.
I spent quite a few years across the table like this one, you know, your dining room table, talking to clients about their personal long-term financial planning. Sure, there's a difference between the state budget and a personal budget.
Yeah.
The difference is there's a whole bunch more zeros on the back of the state budget than there is on the personal budget. But the principles of good money management are really very much the same. And that's the kind of thing, that's what motivates me to go to Springfield. It's the kind of practical knowledge about money management that I think sometimes is forgotten in government planning.
I don't even think it exists sometimes.
Well, that could be too. I'll have to get to Springfield and let you know whether I think it even exists.
Okay. So, I mean, how are you going about campaigning?
The boots on the ground.
Okay.
I'm loving it.
So you're knocking on doors, ringing bells, talking to people?
Knocking on doors, ringing bells, talking to people, going down the voters list.
Yeah, it's the best way to do it, one person at a time.
Absolutely.
You win people face to face, you got them won.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
So you're out there every single day?
Not every single day. I don't have enough stamina for that, quite frankly. The schedule is pretty much at least 2 or 3 nights a week for 1.5 to 2 hours. You know, summertime you've got a lot of light. So you've got the ability to go out and meet people for later into the evening. Don't like the campaign after 8 o'clock. I think people's privacy gets invaded
Yeah, no, people don't
after
care
that
for that.
time, no matter how bright it is outside. And sometimes on Saturdays and Sundays then, usually later in the afternoons. And that's what we do.
Very good. You want to hit a couple peripheral topics quickly, or?
Sure, what would you like to...
Oh, well, I mean, what do you think is important?
Well, you know, we're continuing to deal with issues like the pension reform bill that was passed last year. Folks are angry about it. We need to take a look at that and see, in fact, what we can do to talk to those folks and assure them that the changes that were made were needed to be made, or if they don't need to be made, what adjustments might be made to the pension programs. You know, one thing I'm particularly concerned about, as another topic, is that I've been an environmentalist. I'm a lifetime Sierra Club member, and I'm particularly interested in bringing green technology to the state of Illinois. We've got some windmills, but I think we need to really put a concentrated effort on the energy production using green technology. You know, we are #1 in exporting electricity that is manufactured or created by nuclear energy. With the same amount of dedication, I think we could do the same thing using green technologies. And so I believe that that's one of the things we should do. It also creates good, clean jobs.
Yes, it does. Would you like to give people your contact information if they'd like to contact your campaign?
Oh, sure. The website is votewendy.com. And if you'd like to send me an email, it's wendy@votewendy.com.
Wendy Gruen, a Democratic candidate, 65th District for the State House. Good luck in the campaign.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the time.
Thank you.